like your hair, Carol.
It's got to be this way because it's just it's too long.
Yeah, well, I like it a little bit longer.
Uh,
Oh, I'm so glad. Everybody likes it so
I've already cut mine twice, trimmed it at least.
Okay, start it. Here.
We're all ears.
Do you want to start recording it?
I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, silly me. Hi. I'm making cheese enchiladas. Now, you have to understand. This can only be called the simplest recipe on the planet, or close to. But here you go. The ingredients: Las Palmas enchilada sauce. I'm making green enchiladas. Las Palmas, I make a lot of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put it in the microwave and warm it up. Just because I like having it warmer. So it's going in the microwave.
Okay.
For a couple of minutes. What are you going to cook it in? I'm going to put it in this 7 by 11 container. You can put it in 9 by 9. You can put it in 9 by 13. It doesn't matter. It just all depends on how much you want. Tortillas, just regular dirty old corn tortillas that you can get from any supermarket. Cheese, I like it pre-shredded because I am a lazy person, and this gives me a Mexican cheese blend. But you can, like, I've made it with leftover cheese, like cheddar cheese, all cheddar, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can, whatever cheese, hard cheese, jack cheese, queso, whatever you have, you can use. This is a 2-pound pack because they didn't read my directions for the for my grocery people when I picked it up, but that's okay. I'm fine. Whatever I use, I'll probably throw in the freezer. Green onions, and that's it. That's all you need. I'm going to make probably 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'll throw in a couple of extra tortillas, maybe 10, and I'm going to put them in a towel. Heat them up because they don't roll very well when they're cold, and they tear up and do horrible things. So if you wrap them in a towel and throw them in the microwave for about, I would say probably a minute, will come out and be all pliable and wonderful. I'm gonna go get them the sauce. This doesn't have to be hot. All it has to be is warm. And I put it into a plate, whatever will hold the sauce. I put in a bit of it. I put it on, on the bottom of the pan, like that. And we're all set, ready to go. Now, you're going to be putting in about a good spoonful, quarter cup of cheese. So what I like to do is chop up the green onions. So, and I like chopping them finely.
And I don't like green onions, so I'm leaving them out.
So delicious. Yeah.
How dare you? How terrible. That's so wrong in so many ways. I don't care. Or you could use regular onions or whatever you want. Or nothing, as the case may be. If you have to be an iconoclast, Carrie, that's up to you. So, make a mound of it, however much you want.
Looking for,
And you put it into
looking for. Nothing.
You mix it so that it's pretty much, you know, mixed up with the cheese.
Sorry, Kate, how much cheese was that?
However, okay, I figured probably something between 1.25 cup of cheese per enchilada. So, and if you have leftover, hi Noelle, hi darling.
Hi, Noelle.
If you have leftover, if you make too much of this, you're gonna put it over the top anyway. So it's not like you have to measure it or anything like this. My guess is that it's about half of that, about a pound of cheese, something like that. Again, it's got to be up to you how you want to do it. And I'm setting up a little station where I can get the enchilada, the tortillas, dip them in the sauce, put them in here, put the cheese in, and roll them up. That's just it. These are all warmed up. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a minute that they were in there. And they're too hot. Oh.
They're not hot at all.
The only reason, you just want them warm so they won't break. And then you stick them into your sauce, put them into your plate, and roll them up like that. And you keep doing this annoying thing.
And if
They're all used up.
we're adding meat,
If you're adding meat, you mix it in with the cheese. You add a little bit of meat if you're adding meat. You make red enchiladas the same way. The enchiladas in red sauce. So you're just and you get a little rhythm going. I'll probably make 8 of them. And I don't like doing them separate. I like putting them in here because then you don't have to move them anywhere.
This is the flipping one.
Yep,
Can you
so-
put it here?
Yes. And then both sides. All the sides, right? Put it in here.
You can make them fatter or thinner, depending on how much cheese you have and how much time you have. Now I'm going to tell you what I invented for my children because I don't, because they were annoying.
Which one?
All of them. They were all annoying. One day they were not allowing me to have the time to roll them. So all that I did
Wait just a minute.
was to layer them like lasagna in a pan with cheese and meat and everything else that goes along with it.
I didn't mix it up.
And they didn't care. They have no taste anyway. And it was easy. And I think I made too much cheese, but that's okay because I will put it on top, like I said.
You set the oven too, Kate?
You put it in the oven at 375. So, yes, you put it in the oven until the cheese melts, and it's about 20 minutes.
Maybe a little lighter on the cheese so that we can actually, there we go.
Okay. Any sauce you have left over, you just make it more saucy. That's all. And I remember when I made these enchiladas, exactly this recipe for Carrie's wedding, Carrie
Yes.
and John's wedding. And
Yeah.
it wasn't, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have Mexicans at this wedding, and I'm doing this stupid thing that I've invented, and it's not authentic, and oh dear. Either Marcus was being very kind, or it just didn't matter. He really liked it.
Well, we know it's not the first one.
That's
Right?
I don't think,
him being kind. Okay. Well,
sorry.
Those of you who don't know, Marcus was my ex-husband. Being kind was not his strong suit.
never was. So here you go. It's done. All you have to do is throw it in the oven at 375 for about a half an hour. It's over. Now, if you want to, you can put it in a container like this. Just the same sort of thing. Dip it in the sauce. But honestly, you don't even have to heat anything up if you're not going to roll them. So that you can just make essentially a tortilla lasagna and throw it in the oven, and people don't know the difference and they like it. And put meat in between the layers. So,
Oh, we're having a blast over here rolling them.
oh, good. Now I had a few beans, dried beans, and I let them sit in water overnight, and then I cook them for like a few minutes.
How long, Kate?
I cook them probably an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
But I could have made them really fast in the Instant Pot. Instant Pot
Right.
does really well. I wouldn't have had to overnight, but I knew I was going to do that. So I've got some pinto beans, and since I can, I'm going to make some refried beans.
I have
And
a can of pinto beans because I did not step right.
There you go.
I mean, the thing about Mexican food, particularly, you know, I can't tell the difference between, well, I can, but it's very slight. The difference between home-cooked beans and canned beans. Seriously. And you're going to doctor them up anyway, so what the hell? Or you don't have to doctor them. You can do whatever you want.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Got it. You got it. Just
That's what I told Stuart. It has to be the name of the theme for this show. It doesn't matter.
For sure.
now, I promised you, I'm going to just put the beans on.
What did you just chop, Kate?
Some onions.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do onions.
Right.
You don't have to. I'm gonna put
But everything's better with onions.
Our dad would beg to differ.
it is not better with onions. You're right. You know, just shut up.
I grew up thinking I didn't like onions because of him. And then
Oh, really?
Yeah. He wouldn't want onions in anything.
Oh.
And then I learned better.
I'm blaming his hatred of onions on the flu epidemic.
Yeah.
It's a happy vegetable.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, Mama, I have time more space.
So
Oh, awesome.
I'm just frying up some onions.
Yes, so let's
What
just
I do with all of these tortillas that are left over, you too can make. All you do with these is you tie them. You cut them. And fry them in hot oil. And you can make tortilla chips.
Voila.
I'm gonna make some.
Put one more here.
Would you like
Just because I've got leftover.
More sauce?
And I am not making rice because I don't want to.
And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And cheese and corn and beans are all a complete protein anyway. You put them together. It's fine. And besides, I don't really like rice that much with beans. So there you go. And what I'm doing, it's not like deep fat frying where you have to have like an inch. I'm pouring maybe half an inch of vegetable oil into the pan for the tortilla chips. But we'll do this. Is this about what you do, Dina, for this?
Yeah, pretty close. If I want meat, usually because there's meat eaters here, I'll take leftover chicken or just anything left over and just roll it up with it.
Right. You can put almost anything in the middle of those, and it's just fine. You can actually put beans in the middle of those, though that gets into burrito territory. You know, if you've got stuff and you want to use it, you might as well just use it. So, Carrie.
Yes.
Rolling?
What?
Are you still rolling?
Yes, she's still rolling. We did 16, so because we know that we'll eat them.
Rolling is fun.
No, until it isn't. You know,
Okay,
fun.
there you go.
Until it
It's a fun thing.
All right, do we get them all? Yeah. More? All right. There we go. Oh, we have
I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic in there, just into the beans, because I can.
And a little bit of garlic is never a bad idea.
Exactly. It's sort of like the onion thing. And then
There you go. And then just put some cheese, put that on top, and then put some more cheese on top.
Can you please open the package?
I can.
I don't want to get my hands.
Got it. Okay.
a can of beans, just put it into a container, put it into the microwave, and put it in there. That's
You're gonna like these enchiladas.
What was I grabbing?
Don't ask me.
What was I grabbing?
Don't ask me.
I don't know.
It's your boy.
oh dear.
In my brain, but I have no idea.
Damn it.
Why on earth would I be? All right, and how long in the oven, Kate?
About 20 minutes to
That looks amazing.
melted.
Let me show you all the before.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh, well,
Perfect.
good
Great job.
job.
Perfect.
Those are
That
all
looks
hand
good.
rolled by Noelle. Who needs to get
Beautiful.
her hands now.
Fabulous. Where am I? Where did I go?
You're there.
Am I?
Yeah, you're here.
Well, that's great, except I can't see myself or you.
Uh-oh.
All right, go
I can
to
see you.
your
We can see
view.
everything.
Okay.
Of course you can.
Put your clothes back on.
It's
Go
not
to your
time to
speaker
start
view.
drinking yet, Kate.
Oh, Lord. I pressed
matter.
something.
Kate, upper right with your speaker view. See if click on that.
Oh, well.
There
Regardless,
you are.
am I still there? Or
Yeah.
not?
I see you and hear you.
Can you see the pan?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
stop. What are you talking about? I wasn't going to open up the other can.
So soft.
So here we go. Throw in handfuls. This is a spider. is what it's called. And handfuls of, here we go. And you too can make tortilla chips. There you go. And you've got the beans, you've got the tortilla chips, and then I'm assuming people bought the salsa and guacamole because I'm not going to teach you how to do that.
I was waiting to see you smush your avocados. I love to smush avocados.
Yeah,
I can't eat guacamole. I'm allergic to avocados. But I
Oh,
make great guacamole because everybody tells me it is. So I remember the recipe. But I like to smush them.
there is a sensual quality to that.
Smushing is good.
You're doing the, oh,
Uh-oh.
the dog is eating it.
Oh.
You're doing your in layers. You're not adding it all together at the same time so that it will go fast.
So this is nachos for movie night.
Yes, this is nachos for movie night.
There you go.
Okay. There it is. Now I'm back. At least I can see it now. And there you go. We're done. Now, Carrie.
Yes.
I know something I would like to tell you. If you have leftover sauce, throw it in the beans.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh, that would be good.
that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's pico de gallo. I got some lovely pico de gallo, and that can go in the beans too. And you can throw cheese in the beans if you want. Now, according to my son, I make the lamest beans because I don't use lard. He would use lard. He likes lard and cheese in his. I'm not a particular fan of lard, mainly because I can't find it very often.
You
There
can get it at Whole Foods, Kate.
What?
Get it at Whole Foods.
Yeah, but
It's in the section with the butter.
yeah, and I can always find it at Christmas time because in my supermarket, because they're making tamales.
Right.
But I'm not, I think making like pie crust with lard is a really good thing, but I haven't used it in years, to tell you the
I
truth.
use Crisco, half Crisco, half butter.
Yep, that's what I do too.
There's something about lard that is unappealing.
what does he do, Kate? Just throw a chunk of lard in your beans?
You fry the onions in the lard.
In the lard, okay. I've never heard of that. That's, okay.
And since his partner for many years, Maya, is Mexican, he always calls me on my inauthenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a son-in-law like that too. Yeah.
Right, okay, whatever, fine. I'm inauthentic. It's a stupid
Okay.
life.
I like to use bacon grease. I put a little bacon grease
Ooh,
to start out my
Well, that would be good.
Well,
The Texan in you. Yeah,
That's
Austin.
my Tejano.
yeah, I bet you the Texan version of all of this is.
Okay.
And there you go. You now have
Baby girl.
chips you have beans, you have the enchiladas, and if you had, if you were a better person than me, you probably would have rice. So,
I'm not making rice either. I'm serving salad.
and then you put a, yeah, I would serve it with salad.
Salatiere.
Yeah. So, now, talk about the margarita that you're making, my darling.
Ah,
Okay, so the misconception that a lot of people have about margaritas is that it's like 3-to-1 with the tequila and the triple sec. And while most recipes will tell you to do that, for the best, most balanced flavor of a margarita, you want equal parts. And equal parts are going to give you sort of the smoothness that you want without the tequila bite. And it's going to give you the fullest flavor. So once you have that equal parts, you can do anything you want with your margarita, right? Like, you know, if you have equal parts tequila and triple sec, you've got your sweet and sour, you can add juice, you can add flavoring, you can blend it, you can do all sorts of things with your margarita. It's those equal parts that really balance your margarita. Now, my favorite is the Cadillac margarita. So, but unfortunately today when I went to the store to get Grand Marnier, it was $40 for like the tiniest little bottle at Ralph's, and I wasn't gonna hunt all over town for Grand Marnier. So I was like, okay, we're gonna make high-end margaritas today, but we're not gonna have the Grand Marnier. So I'm making the margaritas first. She's bringing her own cup. What I like silver tequila in my margaritas. I find it to be smoother. I think the darker the tequila is better for shooting, not so good for mixing.
And you would know.
I would know. I once did, there used to be a restaurant, it's been a million restaurants, but there used to be a tequila bar that was down in Old Town Pasadena, and they had a challenge, and if you could drink all 50 of their tequilas, you got your portrait in velvet.
and a free funeral.
But they went out of business before I could get my velvet portrait.
Not fair.
I got through like 25 of them before I could get my velvet portrait. So
you don't have to do 50 of them in an evening.
Well, no. This was over like 6 months period of time. I had done 25. So what I picked up today, I just picked up a basic silver salsa. Okay. Here's what's difficult. Unless you're going to a particular place that has actual bar fixins, like a restaurant supply, to find plain sweet and sour is near impossible. You can't find it. You can make your own, and that's a whole, we can do a lesson on that. But but the fact is, finding like genuine sweet and sour is tough. So you just kind of have to make do with what they have at the store. So I got some Sauza silver tequila. It was cheap. It was not, it was not super high end. And that was fine. And then I did pick up some Cointreau. And Cointreau is like, it is, so it's an orange liqueur, but it's sort of what we call in the bar business like a high-end triple sec. So it's always what we used in our Cadillacs. And you've got your Cointreau, and then I picked up sort of this margarita mix that they sell that supposedly has everything in it, and it's meh. It's not what I would choose. but it's what's available, and you have to, look at the ingredients that are available and then what you can do with them. Again, I'm going to be making a picture of margaritas this evening, but
Lucky you, Ray.
But again, it's
I'll
those
bring
equal
this.
portions. Oh yes, bring that with you. We'll just float it on top, because really the Grand Marnier, it's just a floater. It's just a little bit at the top to give the margarita depth. And that's what the Grand Marnier does, is it gives it depth, and it takes away that a margarita often has. It takes off that sort of sharp edge. The Grand Marnier like smooths it all out. And that paired with the equal amounts of the Cointreau or the triple sec and the tequila make it a really smooth drinking experience, which is a reason that a lot of people don't drink margaritas. It's because they're not smooth.
Ooh. No.
I know people who don't, because they're not smooth. And people are afraid of tequila, but again, it's a matter of that balance.
Gary, can I ask you?
Uh-huh.
What about I keep hearing about having lime in it, that it's fresh lime juice. Is that part of the sweet sour?
That is part of the sweet and sour. So I worked at several bars where we made our own. And that's really lemon and lime and simple syrup. Simple syrup is just sugar water, and we made our own. And so I have done it at home with lemon, lime, and agave, which is actually really effective and mixes well. And water, not so it's not super syrupy. But certainly, again, unless you're going to go and do all of this like from scratch nonsense that just takes a whole lot of time and is, it's, I mean, yeah, I guess we have the time, but it's not necessary. You can get sort of those fresh flavors even with the store-bought nonsense that you can get at Ralph's. And so that's kind of, how I approach margaritas is just trying to get the best bang for my buck with the stuff that is available, so I don't have to buy 30 limes and lemons and make my own simple syrup, and it's silly.
Do you recommend putting salt on the rim and all of that?
I am a salt on the rim girl. Ray is not a salt on the rim girl, and so I probably will not do that for this evening. But that is a personal taste. That is something, I really enjoy salt on the rim on most of my, on my Bloody Marys, on my salty dogs, but some people just, that's not for them, and that's totally fine.
Yeah. And Susan is sitting there and doesn't drink at all.
No, but I like having the stuff without, I like it without the tequila, because it tastes good without the tequila. It's very refreshing on a hot day. You can make a big thing of simple syrup with the lemon juice and the lime juice that you're going to also use in other things that you're making, like your guacamole and stuff, and then keep it in a refrigerator in a tightly sealed jar.
That's a good idea.
What was that?
And then you mix it with, like peach tea or something like that. And
that sounds like a great idea.
And then you dip because I like the salt the best. And then you dip the salt, and then you put a slice of lime in there, and it's just good.
I've been making packets of lemon juice and simple syrup. Packets. Yeah, I put them in because I have
like zip bags.
Yeah, 3 billion lemons outside.
I wish I still had
Do you
them.
freeze them?
So I put them in. I put 1 cup into a baggie, but 1 cup of lemon juice into a baggie, zipped it up, took the air out, laid it flat, made some simple syrup, a cup of simple syrup,
Uh-huh.
and stack them in the freezer.
Oh, that's a good idea. I put them in ice cube trays,
Yeah, but I don't have
but
ice cubes.
it takes more room.
Yeah, I don't have them anymore. I just stack them up in baggies. And I figure if I need a cup or less than a cup of lemon juice, I know that I've got it anyway.
I think that's a great idea to use zip bags
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's flatter. It doesn't take up as much space
Yeah.
as.
I've got a stack of lemon juice things. I'm probably 6 or 7 of them stacked up in the freezer, and then 6 or 5 of the bags of simple syrup.
I do
that
zest
with
them.
guac
When I
also.
zest them, I put them in zip bags and freeze them.
Yeah.
If you
But I zested a bunch of them and put them in a zip bag in like little squares.
Yeah. I mean, because you never know when you're going to need it, right?
Right.
I use it a lot. So,
So there you go. That's my dinner for this week. And
Great.
fine.
I'm hoping
You make
that you,
with a picture of margaritas.
with a picture of margaritas, thank you.
There we
Now,
go.
Jared, what would you like for next week?
Oh. What
I-
shall we have?
I don't know.
Does anybody have, well, all right. My idea was that I would show you how to make cream puffs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to make
Oh, creme pesto.
I know Carrie has made cream puffs already,
Yeah.
but you think that would be okay?
That would be super
I think it
fun.
would be fun.
Great.
And so
Great.
I'll make some